Welcome to this week's Speak Nerdy to Me. I am Court K. Next to me is the lovely Ann Campea.
What's up, everybody?
And in between us, kind of, is the lovely Wakame Take.
We love when she guests with us.
Yes,
Yay.
very, very VIP right here.
Hell yeah.
Or VID. This is Speak Nerdy to Me. This is the place where we round up our favorite geek topics when it comes to movies, TV, video games. Zac Efron, I guess, if he's geeky, but geeky enough. So we are going to get to it for the week of June 3rd, 2014.
Sure. Why not? We're in June. It's crazy, huh?
First week of June.
Yes.
So that means that we are at the halfway mark of the year. Okay, so first, Anne recently sent me a really cool link because the first Hello Kitty Con is heading to Los Angeles.
Oh my
and
God.
I am so excited about this. Apparently, it is Hello Kitty's 40th anniversary. She's been around a lot longer than both you and I have been.
How long is that in cat years?
She old.
She's old. She still looks good, though.
Oh, yeah. She looks bomb. Like, she just stopped aging at 1.
That's awesome. Are we going?
Yeah, we better be going. I'm wondering if we're going to cosplay.
I was going to say, are we dressing up like that photo? Because that would be funny.
That would.
That'd be intense.
So who was your favorite character growing up?
Oh, gosh. I really liked Pachaco, Bats Maru, but he was a little newer of a character, right? He came later. Kuropi was okay, but I think everyone liked Kuropi, so I was like, you guys like Kuropi. I'll pick one of the other ones.
I see.
What
so
about
you're
you?
like a baby hipster.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. All my life.
I actually, I was a super baby hipster because I liked the pig Pippo. Do you know Pippo?
Yes, I'm familiar.
But no one liked him, so he kind of, croaked.
They stopped making that?
They stopped making him.
Do you remember Twin Stars? That was also one of my favorites.
Twin Stars were great.
Yes.
My Melody, Tuxedo Sam. They're still around, kind of.
I like that we both know that.
Yes. It's like vintage Hello Kitty.
Oh my God.
So this con is going to be in Los Angeles and Little Tokyo, of course. It's going to be between October 30th to November 2nd. So it's going to be a short weekend. You and I better be there. There's going to be a lot of interactive experiences, art, and lots of stuff. So I'm really excited about this.
That's cute.
Relive your childhood for a day. So
you guys, if you're in LA, you should check it out.
Yeah, and say hi.
Yes.
If you can find us in our little cat suit. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's move on to some movie news because there's a lot going on. First of all, 22 Jump Street. And I know you saw it, and I know you loved it. So talk about it.
Oh, I like that picture too. Yes, we had a chance to see an earlier screening of it, and I laughed my ass off. I mean, I did that with the first one too, and the first one, I'm sure you felt the same way, was a pleasant surprise. I know when I would see the trailers, I'm like, no, this is not going to work. Channing Tatum doesn't do comedy. Maybe Jonah Hill will make it funny, but I know the pairing of the two after having seen the first one is perfect.
Yeah.
They're like a match made in heaven, in comedy heaven or whatever. But it was great. And what I loved about this 22 Jump Street is that they are never afraid, and actually they did this in the first one. They're not afraid to own up to the fact that they didn't think the movie was going to be that successful in the first place. So there's still a lot of jokes about how successful the first one was in this film,
That's
in
great.
the second one. So I like that they are not afraid to make fun of themselves and to really highlight the fact that they're proud of the project, in some respects. Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, their relationship was definitely the highlight for me. And I think as opposed to the first one in this film, the focus was on that unit. The first one too was building that relationship with them, but now that it exists, it's almost like watching a love story, but with two bros, right? So a bromance. And yeah, I mean, they play on the fact that they're doing the same exact story in number 2 that they did number 1. And they put it out there.
Nice.
And I think the pitfall for a movie like, for example, Hangover, was that they tried to do the same thing they did in the first one, but it didn't quite work in the second and really didn't work in the third for me. But at least in this series, in the Jump Street series, they call it out. I mean, it's like one of the first things you hear is, this is going to be the same ass story as you heard in the first one.
They say that?
Yeah. Hilarious. So whether you like it or not, you know, that's what you're going to get in this one. And I have to say, I loved it. I can't wait for you to see it.
I can't wait to see it. I've heard so many good things about this. And Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill made me laugh so hard. Like, old school hard even in the first one. So I'm really looking forward to this. Even the commercials, the trailer was excellent. Yes. Hopefully, like, the jokes get better.
They are.
In the movie. Well, that's good.
They are. We see a lot more Ice Cube.
Oh,
I thought the moments he had in number one were perfect. And now, because I think they latched onto the idea that people loved the interaction of his character with the two, he's a lot more in this in the second one. So that's good too.
Yeah.
And then stay for the credits too. There's no like after credits scene or whatever. Well, actually, there is an after credits scene. Stay for the credits.
Yeah. I will stay for the credits then.
Yes.
Well, great. Thanks for that review, that non-spoiling review.
I know. See? I tried.
Well,
I tried.
Well, job done. Job done well.
Thank you.
Yeah, and tomorrow, Edge of Tomorrow comes out. I know you're going to catch it with John tonight.
Yep.
I was not really looking forward to this movie, but I'm reading a lot of good things about it.
Me too.
So I don't know if that's a hoax, but you're going to have to let us know.
I don't think so. I mean, I've been hearing it from multiple people who don't necessarily roll in the same unit, you know? So the fact that I'm just hearing it from several different people and them all saying this is a great action film, I'm like, man, last week I was ready to talk shit on all over the trailer. You know, because I feel like I was telling John, I felt like we've been seeing this trailer for over a year now. And it's almost been the same trailer, except they've just kind of been adding pieces to it as they go along. And so, and the trailer never really interested me.
I agree completely. And all you kept seeing was Emily Blunt going, find me when you wake up, or find me when you wake up. And I mean, the premise of the movie is basically Tom Hanks wakes up, dies and wakes up. Tom Cruise.
I would love for it to be Tom Hanks.
That would not be the same movie. Tom Cruise wakes up every day after dying. So it's like a Groundhog's Day. And they're trying to beat aliens in these, like mecha-looking robot fits. And I heard those were really, really heavy.
Yeah, that's right. It said that in the article, right?
Yeah.
About her doing her stunt. And
yeah, she actually, Emily Blunt recently said that she almost broke her nose doing the stunts.
Oh my gosh.
But she really wanted to take on this role because it was empowering for women, and there's not many strong women figures in these kind of action movies, is what she was kind of saying.
Good for her. And so, she's one of those actresses that I do buy that she's physically strong.
Yeah.
I mean, she may be slender, but she looks like she's got some muscle and some strength behind her. So I totally buy that.
Yeah.
I mean, are you excited to see her in the role?
The problem with me is I'm not excited about the movie. The only thing that gets me a little amped is all the hype about it. So I'm just kind of waiting to see what my actual friends are saying and not just reviews.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I trust your judgment a lot, so we'll see what you say.
Let you guys know.
Yeah. Let's talk about some like box office weekend hits last week, because Maleficent did magnificent. She beat XMen with 24.2 million her first weekend.
Nice.
Was it her first? Yeah, first weekend.
Yeah.
And then XMen went down 7.4%.
Yeah.
With 9.4 million. That's kind of shocking. I thought X-Men would do well because they did so well in terms of the movie and people were talking so many good things about it. But Maleficent beat them.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was to be expected, though. Maleficent had so much behind it, and I think the marketing campaign has been done really well, and it's Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
You know, and so whereas I knew Maleficent would beat X-Men, I'm more surprised at how much X-Men dropped, because typically a movie, their second week drops maybe 50%. This dropped like 60-something%.
Yeah, so it's quite a bit.
Yeah, I wonder if everyone just saw it the first weekend and it's not one of those movies you go back and see again. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I still need to see it again.
Well, yes, that too.
I still need to see Maleficent.
So maybe they're waiting for your box, your money.
My box? They're waiting for my box?
Yeah, in your box.
All right. Well, might happen. But one movie that didn't do so hot was last week. They had A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Ooh.
That only scored 6.1 million, which was exponentially less than Ted, which opened at 20.6 million.
Holy crap, that's a huge difference.
Yes. So Seth MacFarlane, probably not too happy.
Yeah.
Maybe shouldn't have put himself in there as the lead or something.
I've been reading that might be the pitfall of that film.
Yeah.
Is that he decided to play the lead.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That does suck.
It's like, hey, great script and great casting, except you, who wrote the script.
Who is the man behind everything.
Yeah.
So stay behind it. No, you know? Like,
yeah.
Oh, what a shame. I still want to see it.
Me too.
But I think I might be okay with waiting for it to hit my TV.
Yeah. So. I mean, if I take the plunge, I will let you know if it's worth your money. But from what we've been both of us have been reading, it's probably not.
Yeah. Agreed to that.
Sucks.
So yeah, that was the week wrap up of movies. Nice. So let's move on to the small screen, the television set. We are going to talk about Game of Thrones a little bit.
Yes.
Because this past Game of Thrones, the end scene was perhaps the goriest in TV Game of Thrones history, or maybe even just TV history, period. Oof. Game of Thrones. Episode 8, The Mountain versus the Viper.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of things happened, but most notably, what's his name again? Oberyn?
Yes. Martell.
Oberyn Martell gets his face smashed by, I guess, the Mountain.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm doing
wow.
it. Wait, hold on. Doing it to myself.
You're doing it to yourself? No. See, look how cute. You can't even look gory. You're just too cute.
I felt so bad for him. And screw you, Game of Thrones. It's just when I think I'm falling in love with a character.
You were falling in love with him?
He smashes his head. I like Spanish guys. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Plus,
take note.
He's all about the love, He's married, but, him and his wife spread the love. I mean, it's great.
News ticker.
Great.
Like Latin.
I know. Next on Team Amazing, let's talk about how Anne likes Spanish guys.
I know, that could be your, man crush. Spanish guys. All
just in general. No, but it was really sad, and wow. What a way to go out, right?
Yeah, but you know what? He needed to shut his trap. I was getting annoyed. Like, I get it. But look, you need to kill this guy. He's going to confess.
Yes.
But he's going to kill you, and it's going to suck. And then you're going to screw up Tyrion, and that's not going to be cool.
Yes.
So it's a whole mess.
I wish you could tell me what's going to happen, because I'm dying to see the last 2 episodes.
Everyone suffers. Let's just put it that way. Of course, that's not a spoiler. I mean, look at Game of Thrones. Everyone is suffering. I don't think there's one person in this show that is happy. Nobody.
No.
I'm trying to think. Maybe that chick that we haven't seen in a while. God, I forgot her name. The one I don't like very much. I don't like many of them. No, I'm just kidding.
One you don't like very much.
Joffrey's wife, or the one that...
Oh, yeah. Where is she?
That's
right. Is it Marjorie? Yeah. Where the hell did she go?
I know.
Like, all of a sudden, that's one of the things I think that's the bittersweet about the show, is that there's so many characters that you invest in that they can't spend that much time on them each week. Yeah. So like you said, we haven't seen her for a while. We'll probably see her, I'm hoping, later, before the end of the season.
You will, probably.
But yeah.
And then there's the witch too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, see, the fire crotches are safe.
Yeah, that's true. They're like, we'll leave them out of this one. Let's just focus on the Red Viper. Yeah. But what's Jorah? I feel bad for Jorah.
Poor Jorah. That guy has fallen in love with Dany, and now we come to know that he was a traitor, but he changed his allegiance. But he changed it a little too late because he got caught, and now the love of his life does not want to see him ever again. She spares his life, though.
Yeah, that's nice of her.
She does. I mean, because she can be really weird. I think if she was on her rag that time, she would have just killed him. But
it's probably because, you know, she just got fucked by what's-his-face. You know, not too long ago. She's still feeling good. And you're right. She's not on her rag, so.
So, Jorah, you know what? Deep down, Dario saved your life.
Poor Jorah. But I want to know what's going to happen to his character, too. Wish she could tell me that.
Also, sad fate. Well, you know, everyone has sad fate.
And then Arya almost there.
Almost sees her sister, but not so much because all she does is laugh, and then we don't know what happens. And in the meantime, Sansa saves Littlefinger's life. I keep forgetting all their names, but yes, Sansa saves Littlefinger's life.
Yeah.
And she looks at him like, look.
Yeah. I think even he, like, I love the way that they shot that scene because as she's telling the story to the elders or whoever they are, the authority, you see him sitting kind of in the background and you can tell by the expression in his face, and he did really well, that he really wasn't sure what she was going to say.
Yep.
And so as she's coming out with the story and then you start to realize, oh, she's covering for his ass, like, he's like, wait a minute, you know, hold up. I underestimated this girl. And now I think he owes her big time.
He owes her. And also what's representative is she dyes her hair. Now she is a different person.
She wears the beautiful black outfit towards the end of that scene too. So
it's the first time I've seen her this strong in seasons.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, so I mean that's happening. I think we saw Theon. I laugh because every time we watch it, Anna's like, bathroom break for me.
Yeah, and it's so uncomfortable for me. I'm so traumatized still.
He seemed almost normal though when he was pretending to be Theon Greyjoy, which is weird for me to say pretending to be because he really is.
I know, poor guy. And that guy keeps getting better. His life keeps getting better. The guy that whacked his penis off. Yeah, the other Snow.
Yeah.
I mean, look at him. He's doing so well now.
Yeah, he is. And now he's just been, you know, redeemed by his father.
Yeah.
Now he gets to have his last name. Ugh. So, Game of Thrones, man. 2 more episodes left. Kind of sad about it.
I know.
They need, you know, Arrow 24. You know?
I know. And for me, I haven't gone through that withdrawal yet since this is my first true break from Game of Thrones, considering I marathoned it to get to the season. So I'm going to feel it like the rest of you guys have been after each season, which seems like a really long time.
It sucks.
Eesh.
Yeah. That's why the books happen.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're really starting to deter away from the books a little bit. Like kind of, you're starting to really see a split.
For better or for worse, in your opinion?
I think, you know what, it fits the TV screen really well, and as well as it fits the books. You know, the adaptation is good. I don't really have much complaints.
They're all good.
You know?
It's not that far off to where fans are going to be rioting.
I don't think so. I mean, if you expect the TV to be just like the book, it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
just like
never.
When people are like, why isn't the movie, like, they're missing this? And it's like, dude, kick back. Unless, of course, it's like an important key part.
Right. So
let's talk about another show that I watch and you watch from time to time.
Yes.
Total Divas. Okay, I disclaimer, I'm not a reality fan, but I do like wrestling, and this show has somehow gotten me hooked. It's total trash, I know, but it's still good.
It's good.
It is good. The season finale was this past Sunday, and there were some really good highlights. But I wanted to talk about Brie and Bryan Danielson, or Daniel Bryan, because they got married.
Oh, so was it a legit wedding or a TV wedding?
I think it was a legit wedding.
That was a real wedding?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And they got married in Sedona, and it was really pretty. She was barefoot. There's a couple of course, drama. Just like Nikki, we find out previously that Nikki Bella was once married.
Yes.
And she hasn't told John Cena about it.
Yes. So spoil it for me. How does he find out? Because I know he doesn't find out from her.
No, he finds out by her brother.
Oh God, I knew
by
it.
accident.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh, so I can't believe how well you're taking it. And John Cena's like, what? But man, you watch John Cena, and I don't know if Homeboy is scripted or he's real, but he is like the most. You might, whether you like him in the ring or not, as a human being, he's like a stellar guy. Like,
yeah.
He never gets mad. He argues with her really well.
Yeah.
Like, when she found out that he knew, she approached him and felt really bad about it. He's like, look, I understand. Like, you don't have to tell me everything, but I just want to be on that totem pole. And I'm like, where? Can I find another John Cena? I mean, sign me up. You know?
Yeah, that's what you would expect to hear from a gentleman.
Yeah, such a chill guy, you know? And I'm thinking, maybe that's why she might be willing to trade, you know, marriage to be with this guy. Because this kind of character comes once every blue moon.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's really, I think his past experience having been married
chilled him out. That
has really chilled him out and set him in this path where he knows better, you know, than to harp on that stupid shit.
Well, yeah, and I think maybe it might be also because his number one priority, it sounds weird to say, is wrestling, and it's his career. So when it comes to relationships, he doesn't want to sweat it.
Right.
So that's commendable.
Yeah. We love you, John Cena.
Stellar guy.
Yeah.
And of course, they showed WrestleMania backstage and stuff, and like the worries. And of course, if you guys know, the Divas went right after the streak.
Yep.
So they were upset about that. Turns out they didn't know. I guess you don't know until you don't know about every other outcome of every match. You just know your own. So.
Wow. So they were just as shocked as the rest of us were.
Yeah. Could you imagine going out there?
God. Right after? Yeah, how awkward.
So that happened. It was a good season finale. Nice. They're coming back next season with Rosa Mendez.
Who's that?
Rosa Mendez is another diva.
Okay.
So she is now she's casted. I think that she's Spanish or Latin. Sorry, maybe Mexican.
How do you feel about her?
She's fine. She's good. Haven't seen her wrestle recently much in WWE. Except for at WrestleMania when we had like every single diva. But
yeah, that was a lot.
I'm wondering what they're gonna do. Like, I'm wondering because last season Eva Marie was the bad girl. This season Summer Rae was. So I'm wondering if that's the prototype now is Rosa Mendez gonna be the bad girl?
Are they swapping Summer out, or what's the deal?
I don't think so.
Adding her to the roster. Okay.
And Rosa Mendez has been around for a while too.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
Okay, and on the WWE topic, and you were talking to me about how intrigued you are by the fact that Vince McMahon is losing a crap ton of money.
Going broke. Oh, we don't have a lower third for him, but
that's okay.
Yeah, I read this not too long ago. I think the fact that the network and a lot of these investments he's decided to take in 2014 are really not working out the way they had projected. And so he went from being a billionaire to a millionaire in the past few months.
Which is crazy.
It's a lot of money.
Well, the network isn't doing it that well at all.
No.
I mean, it's doing well, but to be fair, it's not promising as much as it was trying to show you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's a big problem.
Well, I think it was one of those, let's get it out. They probably had this date in mind, and so let's push out what we have and we'll improve on it later, which is fine. We've seen that in a lot of things. I'm sure Netflix wasn't what it was when it first started, right? So same with this, but I think what they're seeing is that the subscriptions will probably slow down significantly now that they've gotten over that first few months of having the network out there.
Yeah.
Because the only ones that are going to keep paying are those really hardcore fans that want to see the old wrestling matches. And then it sucks nowadays, too, that you can find a lot of this stuff if you just are really online internet savvy. I mean, without having to have the network. So. And
usually people want to just see the highlights or the matches, and that's readily available on YouTube as well. So I can see, I mean, the big selling point for the WWE Network is probably the fact that the pay-per-views all come with it.
Yes. So and perhaps that's why they're also losing money. It's because the pay-per-views are probably what they made all of their money on.
Yeah.
And now that people are realizing the network is such a value, they might just sign up for it just to see a pay-per-view and then unsubscribe after they've seen it.
True. But they do need for 6 months, for $10 a month, you need a minimum of a 6 month subscription.
Okay.
But still, I mean, $60 for 6 months is the same cost as one pay-per-view usually. So it's a huge money save for us, money loss for them.
I mean, look, Vince is brilliant. I think I've always been a big fan of his on and off screen in terms of being an entrepreneur. So the fact that he's going from a billionaire to a millionaire, we're not going to shed a tear over, right? Because he's still super duper rich.
He's not going anywhere.
But, you know, as a fan, the concern would be, are they going to have to make cuts to what they're currently producing? You know, how are we going to see this as a fan?
Yep.
You know, are we losing some shows? Are we going to lose some talent? Those are the types of questions that are in the air. Yeah. I doubt they'll discontinue the network, but I mean, maybe they'll have to up the price. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
They do have original programming on the network, like Legends House. And speaking of McMahon, I wanted to mention that on Payback this past week.
Yeah.
Brie, there was a stipulation where since Daniel Bryan is injured, Stephanie McMahon gave him an ultimatum: you either forfeit your belt, the WWE heavyweight title, which is like 2 into 1. I still consider it that way. Yeah. Or Brie, I'm going to fire Brie. And Brie goes there and she slaps Stephanie McMahon and she quits, which... She quote unquote quits. So obviously, I don't think she really quit, not like CM Punk quit.
Right.
But I'm kind of wondering, because a lot of speculation. This is huge speculation.
She pregs?
She might be pregs, or she might be looking forward to getting pregnant or something like that. Just in time for that season finale on Total Divas.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense. But I mean, it wasn't a legitimate quit, so she'll be back at some point. I'm sure.
Yes. And so on Monday Night Raw, we had Nikki who had to go in a handicap match. So we'll see how that works out. That's her twin.
Yeah, you know? That's right.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right, let's talk about our relationship question of the week.
Oh, sure.
Is it possible, guys, to love... Ooh. That too, but to love 2 people at the same time? To be in love with 2?
In love with 2 people, romantically. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I think I don't have any like remote experiences to even being close to that. I think emotionally you might be invested in 2 people, but to actually be in love with somebody, I think it's hard to find one person that you could be in love with, let alone 2, and let alone 2 at the same time. I mean, I think the odds are not in the favor of having 2 people in your life at the same time that you would actually be in love with. What I would see it as is perhaps you are emotionally invested in one and maybe physically or whatever, seeking out something that might be missing in the other one, in this other partner, and that might make you think you're in love with both of them. That's the only way I could see maybe being close to this, what you're saying. What about you?
That's tricky because I was gonna say something similar to you, where I think that usually when you when you're in love with more than one person, it's because one person's fulfilling one aspect that completes you, where the other one is fulfilling another aspect. So you love both of them for what they're giving you, but for me, it usually means neither of them are the one for you, because the one that's for you is going to complete you. And Wakame snorting.
She's like, yeah, you right, mama.
She's like, look. But I am in love with one. Her name is Wakame.
Yeah.
And she's snorting. Sorry. So let's move on from this topic. She's like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Why do you always do that to us? Huh?
She's not farting. It's fine.
We're going to round up real quick some video game news.
For sure.
First, you don't like Nintendo? First of all, we have Nintendo America kicks off their tour, where you can play video games on the 2DS. The games include Kirby's Triple Deluxe, Yoshi's New Island, Pokemon X and Y, and Link Between Two Worlds. So basically, it's like a video game playground, and they give you a 2DS and you play it. And it's going to start in Los Angeles.
Yes, I feel like we'll be there.
We should.
Well, you already have all the Nintendo stuff though, so you're just like, I can go home and play this, right?
Yeah, well, it's cool to meet, people that like that stuff.
Yeah. And I'm interested to get my hands on some of those games and stuff and just kind of see how it feels to play. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, and it's gonna go around 12 U.S. cities and in 3 months. So
is it free?
I think it's free to get in, but there's not going to be a butt-long line.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. So find it in your area and go play.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah. And also Mortal Kombat. I'm sorry, my dog is hiccuping or something. She's okay. I love you. Mortal Kombat X is officially announced. A trailer leaked. The gameplay leaked. Nice. It looks really, really cool. I think it's going to come out in 2016.
Oh, still a little bit.
Still a little bit of ways, but they are going to let you play it apparently at E3.
Oh, cool.
So,
which I hope you get into so you could let us know.
I know, we'll see
how it is.
I'll just sneak in there with a Sub-Zero outfit or something.
Yes. We can make that very easily.
And then there's also...
Oh, I think she got it out.
Mario Kart 8 came out this past week, and I am loving it. This is the Luigi death stare, the meme that has been going around the world because he looks so evil.
That's funny.
It's such a fun game. It actually is the highest selling Wii U game ever.
Nice.
With 1.2 million. However, it is still the lowest selling Mario Kart game.
Oh. Well, that probably has to do with the amount of people that actually own the Wii U, right?
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I am enjoying this game. I'm trying really hard to have Ann come over.
I know. No, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
All she keeps talking about is Mario Kart 8. So, I mean, I can't wait.
It's so fun. There's so many different stages and so many different characters. And then now, even if I don't have a buddy with me, which I want to have a buddy with me,
still happen.
I can still go online and play against other people.
Yeah, I like that aspect of it.
Yeah, it's so cool.
That is
Mario
cool.
Kart 8. There's a good reason why.
I mean, does it have a lot of the classic things that we love? A lot of the same, I don't know what you call it, but the little things that you can shoot. Yeah, yes. All the objects are still there and everything.
Yep.
Probably looks a lot better too.
They have new ones too, and then they've just got a hover wheel and all that stuff. It's really cool.
Nice. I can't wait.
Really cool. And you get to choose your character, and then you get to choose the vehicle, then you get to choose the tires, and then you get to choose what kind of glide. It's just a lot going on.
Are you guys playing it? Let us know.
Yes.
Find this one online.
This is my Twitter name, Kaori. Find me. I'll add you. And then we've got The Last of Us heads are stepping into Uncharted because apparently the Uncharted chick stepped down. So Neil Druckmann and Bruce Stanley are going to lead the Uncharted. They did the first two, or not. They didn't lead the first two, but they participated in it, and now they're going to be used in this capacity as a leadership role. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Last of Us, so that's neat. And then finally, Batman Arkham Knight is sadly coming out next year, and it was supposed to come out the end of this year, and everyone was excited about it. But
they had that badass trailer.
Yep.
Everything. No.
Nope. Delayed, and I think the reason for that is because I guess they want to perfect it, so everyone's expecting it to be better. It better be better.
Sounds a lot like Batman versus Superman.
I know, all these DC
the timing,
waves.
I know, couldn't be more perfect.
So next week is E3, just that note, and also tomorrow Tomodachi Life comes out. I don't know if you're gonna buy it. I'm considering it.
Is that the little devices where you would have the pets?
Yes, but
that still exists.
3DS now.
Nice.
So, but it's not going to be like that. It's going to be it looks like a sim world kind of.
Oh, okay.
Cute Nintendo.
Okay, you got to show me that after we finish recording here. That's cool.
Okay, and our hate of the week.
Oh, yes.
Speaking of hate of the week, Wakame. What do you think? I don't like that. Wakame has no idea what that is because Wakame is Spade. Hate of the week is pets that aren't fixed. And I'm sorry if your pet isn't fixed, but I just feel that it is very unhealthy for the pet not to be fixed because it gets them really, really amped, gives them too much energy. They want to hump things. They get blue balls. I'm serious. Dogs will get blue balls, you know.
That's crazy.
I know that, you know, the idea of cutting off balls sounds terrible,
yes,
but it's for the dog's own good.
It also present. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. I'm not a veterinarian, but does it help prevent? I know. I play one on TV. Does it present like illnesses if you don't do this to your pet?
I don't know if it prevents illnesses, but I think it causes a lot of discomfort, especially in a society where a lot of pets are domesticated.
Yeah.
And they're not meant to be humping things around unless you're a breeder, which is different. But, you know, and even when they attract more fleas, more bugs because it's just the hormones.
I feel like they're more aggressive at times, more agitated, like you're saying, and it's just not, it doesn't seem like a healthy thing.
It's not. And I've seen it firsthand where, like, this dog is nuts, you know, no pun intended. So I just really recommend, especially if you live in like a place with not on a farm, but with like a lot of farms are fine, but like in a city, do it for your pet. They have better lives.
I know. And Bob Barker, even that's his like big thing, right? Always spay and neuter your pets.
It's important.
Please.
Yeah, and also like if they're not, then they attract. You know, the women bleed. I mean, the bitches bleed. You know, you don't want them rubbing their like period on your carpet.
All right, now we're getting into some
I'm just like
gross territory here.
All right,
I think they get it.
Let's go from gross to perfect.
Too hot.
This would be
dogs who aren't fixed.
Dogs who aren't fixed. The exception. I would have his baby. Sure. Zac Efron is currently in Cosmopolitan. And what I love about him is whether he actually did this interview or not. Why are you laughing?
Because what I love about him, and she's looking at this piece of paper like as if she wrote a love letter or something. And I'm like, I don't know, just looks funny.
It's just him, actually.
But tell us, Corey.
Well, he's talking about how he would actually date fan. He's not against dating a fan because he wants to be a fan of someone, too.
Yeah, but what celebrity would put it out there that they wouldn't date a fan? I mean, that totally, there goes your fan base right there. I mean,
that's true.
Publicity wise, that would be the wrong response.
That's true, but he did have a good answer to it.
Yeah, he did.
You know.
Yes, and I feel like it's genuine.
Yes, and I'm staring at him, but you know, don't pick up Cosmo because I think the mass audience is men. Unless you want to. It has really good sex ideas.
Yeah, there's other stuff in there.
So go pick up Cosmo.
Right? You can learn a lot about women.
And sex.
Is he topless in this issue is what I'm wondering. But yeah, you sent me this and I'm like, yeah, it just solidifies how amazing he is. Drug problem or not. It sounds like he's getting better anyways.
Yeah.
So, good guy.
Good guy.
See Neighbors too, if you haven't.
Oh yeah, Neighbors and that awkward moment.
Yes.
And you know, there's of course that rumor of him. What character was he possibly going to be?
Any of the Marvel ones, but it looks like not Doctor Strange, but it looks like Daredevil's off the table since Charlie Cox got that role.
Oh, okay, so yeah, that Charlie Cox.
The list is dwindling for him, but I'm sure he will grab one of those roles.
He can be Green Lantern. No, I'm just kidding. No, we want another Green Lantern. All right, guys. Well, that about wraps us up this week. We are a little loopy because Wakame hyperventilated on the show, but that's okay. She's fine now. She's can see. In the meantime, guys, let us know what your favorite geek news is by tweeting us. First, tweet me.
Or me. Ann. Tweet me at Ann Campea.
And then you could tweet us here at Kaorius. Kaorious. That is also my me. So find me so we can play Mario Kart. And then you can tweet the whole crew right here.
She's part of it.
At Team Amazing. And next week we will be off because we just need a summer break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't miss us too much.
Don't miss us too much. But in the meantime, keep tweeting because we will keep tweeting you guys back.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then we will catch you guys very, very soon. Have a great week. Bye.
Bye.